Guys, I found the most schizophrenic subreddit. Like, no joke, genuine schizophrenia. I mean, this is so schizophrenic that in the description about the subreddit, they have to say that they don't have schizophrenia, which is exactly something that a schizoid would say. Schizophrenia has become quite the meme lately. Some people are enjoying it to its fullest, finding it really funny, others taking offense to it, thinking it's no joke. I sit somewhere in the middle. I definitely think the schizophrenia memes are pretty funny. However, after finding this subreddit, I do think it is something that needs to be taken seriously. So let me introduce you to r/Tulpas. Could Tulpamancy give you immortality? Yeah, I told you these guys are schizos. However, what is a tulpa? Sounds almost like a fancy item you'd order at an Indian restaurant. Not quite. Actually, you're quite far. However, due to the handy dandy info tab here, we can see what exactly a tulpa is. A mental companion created by focused thought and recurrent interaction, similar to an imaginary friend. However, unlike them, tulpas possess their own will, thoughts, and emotions, allowing them to act independently. Oh, so it's kind of like, I don't know, schizophrenia? Well, lucky for us, the subreddit has an entire information tab asking that question. So is this like schizophrenia? Not at all. Not at all? Like not even a little bit? Like maybe not even like 1/10, 1/8? This guy made a YouTube video about it, so apparently your tulpa could look like Buddha, or it could look like My Little Pony. So if anyone about the community ever wonder what it would be like to have a mental companion who can talk and act on their own? No, I haven't. I have something called friends that do that for me. Yeah, guess what? Friends you make in real life actually talk and act on their own. Like, I feel kind of bad for this guy. He says he's had his tulpa since he was 14, but ended up dropping out of high school due to lack of mental stability and wound up in a mental hospital. No kidding. Anyways, this was because of him being bullied due to his personal appearance. And in the comments, it's like, your story sounds very similar to mine. I too deal with reality problems. I'm diagnosed with bipolar schizoactive. No kidding! No fucking kidding! You're all schizoactive! Everybody in this subreddit is schizoactive! I just realized I was reading that as schizoactive and not schizoaffective. However, after Googling the symptoms, it checks out. It checks out. A quick doodle of my imaginary friend that was with me as a child. This is the type of shit Joe Rogan sees during a DMT trip.
And they seem to also know you, know all of your bullshit, and be able to see right through you.
Yes. Okay, I'm no psychological expert or a major in college or whatever, but look, what I think is going on here, it's either people trying to be special by saying, I can do this, so they create some alter ego for like some part of their brain. Like example, this person has a very curious tulpa, so they channeled their curiosity in their head into like a fucking alter ego. This is mentally ill. It'd be like me saying, I have a tulpa in my head that's very sleepy and he only comes out on early mornings. I have a tulpa that's hungry that just happens to come out when my tummy hurts. I have a tulpa that's horny and it comes out when I'm feeling like rape. Yeah, it's gonna come out. My second theory is that this is a disorder. Not schizophrenia, but maybe similar, where it developed during loneliness in childhood. Maybe they didn't have a lot of friends, neglectful parents or something, so it developed these more sentient imaginary friends. And my third theory is schizophrenia. But I think it might be all three, really. Like, not together combined into one person, but maybe this guy has loneliness in his childhood. This guy has schizophrenia. This guy has emotions and channels it through a weird way to make him feel special. That's why some people can do it more easier than others, because they're actually suffering from a disorder. That's why some have quirky personality traits, like the curious one. You're just channeling your curiosity through what you think is an imaginary friend, when in reality, you're probably curious yourself. I feel like this is a way to separate the posers from the real ones. It's like, oh, you can't make a tulpa? Have you actually had a good childhood? Do you actually have friends? Do you have a healthy brain? If you check all three, you're probably gonna struggle a bit, buddy. I have some more info. I was kind of scared, but not really. I figured out quickly that it had a lust for blood. Now I did notice that it was warning me about a few things, like telling me when to shoot. What are we talking about? Do I need to get feds involved? P.S. haunted? What do you mean haunted? That could be dangerous. We had our host self-depreciating. What? Dog, if you are like depressed or anxious or feel like shooting something because something in your head is telling you to do it, please seek out professional help. That's kind of the dangerous thing about subreddits like this, is that people like this think they're completely normal. They think, oh no, I don't have schizophrenia, I don't have any of these disorders, I'm just a normal guy that created some weird imaginary friend in my head, and it's telling me to kill people. You know, it's funny because they try to argue that it's not schizophrenia. However, a lot of people on the subreddit admit that they have schizophrenia, but also they say that it's not schizophrenia, it's more like fictional authors whose characters come alive. Newsflash, these fictional authors have schizophrenia. Should I wait until after college? Why are you talking about this like it's marriage or something? Literally, like, maybe I should wait until my life is more consistent and I stop flip-flopping on major decisions. Though maybe it might also be beneficial to have a second opinion. Dude, why don't you get a second opinion on getting some bitches and marrying one of them? This guy's asking the real questions. Do you have any real friends? Bro, I'm so glad you said this so I don't have to make a Reddit account myself. The weird thing is, a lot of these people misunderstood the question and think that their tulpas are real friends. I mean, I'm pretty sure my headmates and I would consider each other real friends. This person types as their tulpa, I'm real. I think we do have friends in each other's bodies, but our social skills are pretty weak. At least this guy's being honest. Not until recently. Okay, I understand that. No real close friends at all. Nope. Some people have relationships and friends. I hope to God it's not with somebody in their head. Yeah, absolutely. I did tell them of tulpas, but they seem to be uninterested in them. Yeah, so it's like imaginary friends, but they're like more sentient and have their own control over their lives and stuff. Yeah, who invited this guy again? No, I've even tried making friends with other weird people. I think something about my personality is probably just off-putting. You know, telling somebody that you hear voices in your head does sound a little off-putting. My therapist has told me my tulpas are just part of me and a coping mechanism for my trauma. I told you guys, I'm not even a paid professional and I knew this. It's insanity, bro. I don't know what to do. My tulpas are the only reason that I haven't killed myself yet. And then everybody in the comments is just hyping them up. It's honestly kind of creepy. They're like, oh, your tulpas, they love you. They love you. They're not the problem. The therapist is the problem. They love you. And this guy is just like, therapists don't know everything. Do you remember creating your tulpas? If you do, that's definitely not DID or just quote unquote parts of you. And the guy responds, OP responds saying, I did not create them. They just came into my head. Okay, I got a fourth theory that I was holding back on because I didn't want to seem like the schizo this video. However, what if these are demons? I mean, demons in people's heads, bro. I mean, think about it. They have to conjure them up. Either that or they just force their way into these people's heads. They help detach these people from reality. And some of them might be admitted by the person conjuring them up evil. Does your tulpa make you cry? It happens a lot where my tulpa is so upset that I lose control of my own body and begin to sob. Once I was biking, I got to a long and tall bridge. Yeah, giving your tulpa full control to ride a bike won't be so bad. What do you mean, give control? A lot of these people on the subreddit don't even refer to themselves as humans. They call themselves systems. Kinda like how a demon would call someone they're possessing a vessel. I'm new to this topic, but I think I had a companion like this who doesn't have their own physical body. It would make me feel better if they could share control of mine or take over from time to time. I'm so glad I found this post because I'm gonna prove to you guys I'm not schizo. Yes, you can look up switching and possession. Of course, it's called switching. I mean, they even call it tulpamancy. Nah, these gotta be made up. They're just some schizos posting this weird stuff. Look at this. Was this drawn by the same guy that made that one Sonic meme? Shorty little baddie, shorty my boo thing, and shorty got the fatty. She be having mood swings. I'm leaving the subreddit. I'm actually giving up on this entirely. My mom went through my phone and found one of my posts here and started screaming at me about being delusional and how everyone on here are pedophiles, dragging me into their delusion. That's the fifth theory, that everybody on this subreddit is just a pedophile using this to groom children. It is possible, based mother. That's really abusive. Do what it takes to keep yourself safe. The OP responds saying, if she reads this comment, she'll probably just call you a groomer. And she'd probably be right because the person tells them to call CPS on her. Good God, you know, Reddit never surprises me. It never fails to surprise me. I mean, sometimes I genuinely feel terrible making videos like this, because of how easy it is. It kind of almost feels like pushing over a kid in a wheelchair. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the video. This has to be the most schizophrenic, borderline demonic shit I've ever seen.